I don't want you to just use it. This one? Thanks. It's so hard. No hard thing. The commercial is going on.
Hey guys. Hey Danny.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Dr. Intimacy. You're tuned in to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio, broadcasting live tonight from FDRN.US right here in the Blue Stream. We're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. Hashtag no socks. That's right, we're stripping all the way down in the studio to have some raw conversations and insightful revelations. So we're so glad that you're tuned in, listen in, call in, so you can join our naked discussion. That number is 214-431-5062, 214-431-5062. We got a really, really fun topic tonight. The sexy and confident woman. Are men more attracted to confident women? And to help me have this very important discussion tonight, I have an elite guest, the one and only, the Miss Beautiful Noelle Daniels, who is a dance instructor. And your dance class is called Body Fit Talk, right?
Body Talk Fit.
Body Talk Fit. Okay.
Body Talk Fit.
Body Talk Fit. Yes, I was very intrigued. A good friend of ours and introduced us, Percy Bryant III. Shout out to Percy.
Percy Ray Bryant III.
Hey, Percy. Call in tonight if you're listening, Percy. But when Percy introduced us and you introduced yourself to me, he said, "Oh, you two will be perfect together." I'm like, "Why?" And he says to you, "Tell her what you do."
You know what? He told me about you a while ago. He was like, "You need to link up with my girl." I was like, "Well, you need to hook it up." So he finally did. What was that, a couple of months ago?
Yeah, it was.
A couple of months ago, yeah. And I had been out of town.
Yeah, you guys had me. Percy had me at a tavern. I walked in. I'm not racist, okay? I'm not racist, but I'm not used to hanging around people that are just like completely different, a whole group of people I don't know. I walked into the tavern, I didn't see anybody like me. I'm like, oh my God, where's Percy? Where is he? Where am I at? And I don't go to bars and stuff, so I was so nervous. And then the people gonna be like, oh my God, Prophetess was in a bar. You know, I'm like, just stop it. I was there meeting somebody, drinking soda, okay? But I had fun. That
was my first time too.
Oh, it was your first time as well?
I had never been in there before. And I'm like, okay, when he sent me the directions, I'm like, what is this and where is this?
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun though. It was cool. It was really nice. It was interesting watching people become inebriated as they drank too much and started to talk really loud and lean on me and spill stuff on me. I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to go now.
I'm glad I didn't stay long, and I didn't even have a drink that night. I was doing good.
Anyway, hey everybody. But you know, this is really, you know, it's an important topic. You were talking to me about doing the dance instruction, but I like the perspective that you spoke about it from, because you talked about how you don't just teach women to dance, but you really work on their self-confidence, their femininity, their self-image, and that is so important. It's so very, very important as a human being, period. But as a woman, we don't talk about it as much because sometimes confidence is come across as arrogant. So people may accuse you of being arrogant or stuck up or snotty, or you know, you might be the B word if you're confident. And so I don't think that confidence is presented as something that a woman should be as much as it is for a man. Would you agree?
I do agree. I mean, it's all about being humble. You know, you can have too much confidence and be cocky. You know, so I think it all starts within. You know, I tell women to embrace, you know, womanhood, you know, and to just invest into yourself and be it, girl. Our motto is be fit, be confident, be sexy. So
yes, be fit, be confident, be sexy. I love it. I love it. So let me read this little write-up that I did for the show, okay? So we'll know exactly what this show is about tonight. The confident and sexy female. Are men more attracted to a confident woman? What makes a woman attractive? Is it how she looks or how she feels? There is a difference between attractiveness and beauty. It is a fact that some women have features that are more visually appealing than others. But attraction means that you have a drawing effect on people. Outer beauty is not the final determining factor in whether or not a man finds a woman attractive. Most men will agree that a confident woman is a sexy woman. So how do you develop that self-confidence that will make you attractive to people no matter what you look like on the outside?
You know what? Body Talk Fit helps boost self-confidence by building appreciation and awareness of the body and how to move it. So, you know, I teach dance and we embrace all things woman. So, you know, of course, like I said, it starts with, you know, on the inside. So, I mean, everything that we do is building confidence within so we can show on the outside.
Right. Now, what do you say to that statement I made? And, hey, all my Facebook Live viewers, I'm trying to get Facebook Live so I can see you guys. I can see you now. What do you say about the comment that I made that there's a difference between attractiveness and beauty?
The looks. Attractiveness is looks on the outside. Beauty can be on the inside. So as long as you have self-respect, you know, self-love, and all of that, you can be beautiful on the inside and outside.
Okay. Now I would say a little bit different. I think, you know, they say beauty is only skin deep. And I think beauty has more to do with what you do to the outside of your body. You know, just the physical beauty anyway. You're right. I mean, your inside can be beautiful as well. But beauty has to do with, a lot of times, your hair, your makeup, your nails, the way you're dressed. You're very beautiful on the outside. So.
Thank you.
Two beautiful ladies. But I do believe that beauty catches the eye. You know, when you see somebody beautiful, you know, if you see a really handsome man, or if you see a really beautiful child, or a very pretty woman, you have a tendency to do a double take, and you kind of just want to stare. I like staring at pretty things, so sometimes if I see somebody that's really pretty or handsome, I may just look 3 or 4 times and go, wow, that is a wonderful handiwork, God, you know? And it's just the same way I may want to stare at a pretty flower or a nice building or, you know, a very nice car. We like looking at pretty things. But attractiveness is a drawing quality. That is something that exudes from the inside of you, where you are attracting people to you. It's not just about potential romance or sex appeal. There is something on the inside of you calling to the inside of me that makes me want to be around you.
Right.
And I think confidence is part of that attractive quality that draws people to you.
Right, because I mean, you can be pretty on the outside, but you have an attitude. You know, so I said, you know, from the beginning, it all starts with the inside. I do believe.
Yeah, definitely. And so, you know, with that attractiveness, that attractive quality and the confidence going along with that, there are so many things that can tear down a woman's confidence. So what are some things that you do to start building women back up?
You know what? Love yourself no matter what state you're in. So, you know, I have a lot of women that say all the time, I'm going to come to your class and I lose some weight. Or, you know, I'm not feeling good about myself. I'm in a funk. Well, those are all the reasons to come to my class, you know. It is a workout. Come and burn some calories and lose weight. Of course, you won't lose 10 pounds in one night, but it's a workout. And, you know, we build self-confidence by, you know, building appreciation and awareness of your body and how to move it. You know, so sexy moves. You know, when you're looking in the mirror in the dance studio and you moving and grooving, you know, you automatically say, oh, dang, I'm sexy. You know,
right.
You know, especially when I tell you, hey, to put on some fishnets or, you know, a man's tie and all of that. You know, come to class, in a workout type of, outfit, but be sexy at the same time, you know. So when they start to move in and really, doing things that, help them, then of course, they feel sexy and confident while they're there, and hopefully that they lead with that as well.
Okay, so do you tie sexiness and confidence together?
I do.
And how so?
I think it goes hand in hand. I think you are confident and sexy at the same time. I don't think you can be confident and not be sexy. Well, let me back up a minute. So you have a confident woman. Men think that's sexy. Men like, then say what?
What about for the woman herself, though? I'm saying, I know what men think, but how does the confidence and the sexiness go together for her? How does that build her confidence?
I think, well, I teach dance, so when you come into my dance class, I teach the confidence walk, the look. It's all about how you feel about yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself, we make you, or we help you to feel better about yourself by dancing. So.
Okay. So just kind of getting in touch with your femininity. Right. I would really love some fellas to chime in on this. I really want to know what men think about a confident woman, why that's attractive to you, why is it sexy. How do you feel about a woman that is not confident? Is that a turnoff? What if you have a woman that's very beautiful on the outside, but she doesn't have that confidence? Maybe she was just born with that natural beauty. She just has the right hair, right eyes, right cheekbone structure. But she doesn't have any self-confidence. She's always looking down on herself. Is that unattractive? Is it a turnoff? I wonder what a man would have to say about that. For me, I know for me specifically, it really impacted me a lot. I was married for 11 years. Excuse me. I got a little cold, everybody. I know I sound different this week, but I was married for 11 years, and I didn't have a lot of self-confidence when I was married, and that definitely impacted how I interacted with my husband. It impacted our marital bed. It definitely impacted our sex life. So if you're not confident, there's just certain things you're not going to want to do with your body. You're not going to be comfortable in certain positions. You're worried about the way that you look. You're worried about the lights being on. Worried about clothes, and so just having that confidence and being able to love yourself any way that you are improves marriage, because men they're very visual, and men don't like to feel like they're always taking from you. Your husband doesn't always feel like he doesn't want to feel like he always has to come in and take and beg and prod and prepare. He wants you to be ready, and you have to be comfortable with yourself and in tune with yourself to get to the place of readiness.
I think that has to do with your insecurities too. We all have insecurities, but you have to accept your insecurities so you can be confident. I'm insecure about the stretch marks on my tummy, but does that bother me in the bedroom? No.
Right.
I may not wear a bikini, but it's not going to affect my love life, my sex life. So, the insecurities that you have, you just have to, accept them and move on. Let's
see. Jason made a really good comment. He said, confidence in women is so attractive. It's draining to men to have to keep trying to instill confidence into someone over and over. My goodness, that is very, very true. That it really can be draining when you have to. I like the way he said it. You have to instill.
Well, I asked men. I questioned a few men, interviewed them, and they gave me an answer. Do y'all want to hear?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, so the question that I had for men was, do you like a confident woman? Why or why not? And do you think confidence exudes sexy? So this is, I'm not going to say who said it, his name, but his answer is, quote, I'm intrigued by the mind of a confident woman being of my admiration of a woman who's confident in herself and her destination in life. Her beauty, her style, her mannerism, her walk of confidence is pure sexy, which sexiness has to be in the place to have my complete attention. And then he goes to say, so if you know any sexy women, hook me up.
Oh, man. Wow, that was so he said in order to have his complete attention that you have to be confident.
Yeah.
In order to have his, you know what? I really believe, now that I'm thinking about some of the dynamics that go on in relationships and how jealous a lot of women are, you know, that comes from insecurity. That if you're not confident, it's really going to impact relationships in 2017 more than ever. Why? Because men are so exposed. I mean, people, period. We are so exposed in our society now to scantily clad, beautiful women. I mean, we're constantly seeing their breasts, their you know, their butts, their movements, their gyrations. And even if you don't watch pornography or order a Playboy magazine, this stuff is constantly before you. They're all around you. Your husband, your man, whatever, is going to see them walking down the street. You two are going to be together. And it's hard to not look at an attractive woman that has provocative clothing on. It's just really difficult to not look. I look. If she looks good or just has an unusually large, round, robust behind, I'm like, dang, you know, is that
I
real?
do as well. And I even compliment her, you know?
Yeah.
Dang, girl, you look good.
Right. And it's like, if I can look, why can't he look? And so if you're not confident in yourself, you're going to be constantly insecure. You're constantly going to be worried about what your man is doing, who he's looking at, whether or not you compare, whether or not you measure up. So that confidence, that self-confidence is really, really critical to the health of your relationship. If you don't have it, you're going to drive him crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is totally true. I'm glad I haven't had to deal with that, but that is true. I've heard many women, you know, come to me and have that issue. I have a couple of girlfriends that have that issue. Do we have a call?
We do. Hold on a second. Let's take this call. Hi, caller. You're on the air with Dr. Intimacy. Did you call to join our naked discussion?
About that Simon and Garcia.
I'm sorry, the volume was down. What did you say?
I said I'm calling to get in on the discussion that Simon versus Garcia fight.
We were asking, wait, first answer this question first. Do you find confident women more attractive? Do you like a confident woman?
Nah, that's just more problems in the long run. I'm gonna be confident on my ass.
Really? Wow. So you think confidence is a turn-off?
What?
I don't really. I think the problem because
That's the first.
I think that a woman she should have some type of confidence for a woman to be known to be confident. At the end of the day, that confidence is still over in any type of relationship. But me and overconfident woman, I'm not really too interested in that.
Wow. So you like an alpha male. You want to dominate.
That's the first time I've heard that.
No, it ain't about. It's not necessarily about me dominating. Just that I understand that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. You know what I'm saying? And if you dealing with a woman that's super confident, she just has to understand that's just off the here. I'm not.
You say she'll have you for lunch? That was good. All right, thank you so much for sharing it. I appreciate it.
That's why he's still single. That's what somebody posted on me. Oh, girl, you're bad for that one.
No. A man is a man. You need to grow some bigger cojones, man.
Right. What?
Increase
I've never heard of that.
Increase the size of your testicles so you can handle that confident woman.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
He's probably run into some crazy women then.
Well, you know what? I asked the gentleman earlier, and he said 50-50. I asked him if he found confident women more attractive, and he said 50-50. And so I think it can be a problem. And, you know, and the problem could be confusing confidence with cockiness, like we said earlier.
Or is the man confident? If he's not confident, he may not want a confident woman, you know?
Right.
So,
well, you know, it depends, though. It depends on... Did you see that movie, Daddy's Little Girls?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, now the female in the lead role in that movie, she was a woman that was beyond confident. She was cocky. She was stuck up.
She was.
Cocky. And in that, there was some confidence as well, but she was really stuck up and cocky, and I think that might be more of what he was talking about. You know, we were making a little joke when we did our pre-video, and cocky, you know, has
right.
the word let me say it real slow. Cocky. That means that, you know, you're taking over his role, okay? You keep your vagina, let him have his penis. Don't try to step into his role and be cocky, okay?
Right.
You know? And that could be when a woman is really, really overly confident to the point where it becomes cocky. There is something very mellish about that. It's very mellish, very bullish.
Right.
It's very masculine, and it's almost like a man is in a relationship with another man.
Right.
And so, if you have a man that is completely straight, and there is nothing homosexual about him at all, he wants a lady. He wants a feminine, beautiful lady. He wants a woman.
Submissive.
Yeah, but he wants...
That's submissive, huh?
He wants a woman.
Yeah.
Okay? And so you can't begin to step into a man's role with your confidence. Your confidence cannot override or supersede his authority as a man, his place as a man. You can't try to teach him to be a man and always taking over everything. And that might be what our caller was talking about. Is definitely a good point.
Yeah. I'll look at it from that point.
You got some more over there?
Yes. Okay. So I asked two more guys. So another one said, I absolutely love a confident woman that is very, very, very sexy. It shows that she believes in herself and knows who she is.
Confidence shows that you know who you are. I wonder what some of the ladies have to say about this. You know, do you have self-confidence? Does it make you feel better about yourself? Does it make you feel more secure in your marital relationship, in your sexual relationship? Having that confidence, does it improve things? So we're going to go to a song break. And when we come back, we're going to answer that question. We'll have maybe hear from some of the ladies on Facebook Live or have them call in. But do you have to know yourself to be confident? Or is confidence a sign that you do know yourself? We're going to talk about that when we come back. This is Inspired Intimacy with Dr. Intimacy, my special guest, Noel Jones. We're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. The sexy and confident female.
I thought this would be good. I gotta put on.
You can give some longer answers, you know, we got 2 hours, so just
Okay.
talk a little bit more.
All right. So y'all post questions. We'd love to hear from you guys. So post questions. We'll be back. I'll be back. So how's it going? Oh, it's going great.
Is that screen clean? It looks so cloudy, the video. Maybe it's this screen. Wait. No, that video is real cloudy. I need to wipe it.
Looks good.
Be careful. I don't want to just...
All right, y'all are like kind of both of you, like the ends of your bodies are sticking out of the video. So
Yeah, maybe you can scoot it over a little bit because I can't move over anymore.
You want me to scoot over?
No, the other way, hon. You let me. You had it over too far, so not over as far as I can get. Sorry, Facebook Live, we're just trying to get things in here. Love women who are cocky in the bedroom, James Walker said.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, that would be fun, though.
Hey, you like what you like, James.
I think he did a play on words with that too.
Yeah, that's much better.
I like this list song.
Yeah, so just give us a little bit more, okay?
Hmm?
A little bit more when we're talking and everything.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
All right. 3, 2.
All right, everybody. This is Dr. Intimacy. You're tuned into Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio, where we're having naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. Hashtag no socks every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central to 11 p.m. right here on FBRN.US in the Boo Bowl. You can check us out on our website, inspiredintimacy.com. Find me on Facebook, Dr. Intimacy, all over the internet. And I have my special guest for me. Jay, shout out to Jay Bible. I say hi to my boy today. He's on Jay Bible. Run it over here to the mic.
What's up? It's a fun topic. I'm loving this.
Oh, your mic was down. What'd you say?
It's a fun topic. I'm loving it.
How do you feel about them women?
It's so attractive.
What's attractive about it?
Everything about it. You know, and I've been thinking about this for the past like 2 months. So I mixed that. We're on show night. I don't know. It's just like there's a glow. There's a presence about a woman who's attractive. For example, there's like a woman, you know, at my job, who she is not even physically appealing to me, but her confidence is so strong, her swagger is so strong, and without being cocky, that when she just walks in a room, you just like, man, she got it. She got it. This one girl, her confidence was so strong. I met a few months ago that when she walked in a room, before I turned around, I was like, who is this? Before I even put my eyes on her. So it's a presence.
Yeah.
And guys, I don't know, men, you know, we like that.
His tongue is
Nah,
hanging out
He
of
said
his
we
mouth
like
right now.
that.
I'm not even super confident. But the thing I will say about in my position, I don't really have any experience with girls. So I want a woman who's really confident, but not really experienced, because I couldn't probably handle one that's been, you know, really experienced with guys. So
Okay.
random.
Experience in relationships.
Yeah, just in
sex-wise.
relationships in general. I don't know how it is to have a real girlfriend. So if a girl, you know, she's been in, you know, had about 4 boyfriends or something, maybe had a fiance at once, didn't get married, and she got, you know, the ropes, you know?
Oh,
It'd be so weird.
So you want somebody on your level.
Yeah, but still confident.
It's interesting. I'm evaluating that now. I'm thinking about how having been in a relationship compared to not being in one would it impact your confidence. I don't have any point of reference for not being in a relationship. I mean, I was one of those little girls that chased boys from the time, as far back as I can remember. I had my first boyfriend in kindergarten. So I have always identified myself in relation to a man, or, you know, just being a part of a couple. So I don't have any relativity of what it's like to not be. You know what I mean?
I
And it's
remember-
kind of weird.
I used to not have confidence. My confidence was low. My self-esteem was low, and I don't know why. I guess as I've grown older, you know, my self-confidence has boosted. Like, I used to walk with my head down, you know, and, you know, felt bad about myself. I don't know why, but, you know, as I got older and as I started dancing, you know, it's boosted.
So you found something that helped you to discover your confidence.
Yes, that was dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was dancing at the age of 18.
I gotta read this comment from hey Sandra Arnold, people giving me shout outs on Facebook. Love you, girl. So this comment by Chelsea McNair, my goodness, she says, men love confidence. I'm a big, beautiful woman, and I have a good share of men who try to talk to me. I just have a good personality, like to have fun, and I know I look good. Come on, Chelsea,
Go,
you
girl.
go ahead, girl. I learned a long time ago that men do not like insecure women. A lot, size, and looks can't hold a confident woman back. My nickname is Beyonce, and you can't tell me that I'm not.
That's what I tell all the girls in my class. Just act like you Beyonce. Come up with your alter ego name tonight, and that's what I want you to do. Talking, I want to reflect on that. The third guy that answered that question, what he had to say was, I love a confident woman. Confidence means she can hold her own, and that independence is attractive to me. Confidence also means a woman is comfortable in her own skin. That is very sexy. I'll take a big, confident woman over an insecure, skinny woman any day. Insecure women are never satisfied, and a confident woman makes her life satisfying.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Insecure women are never satisfied, and a confident woman makes her life satisfying. You know what? I have to say that that is a very true statement, because I know I can remember times being insecure, and yeah, there was really nothing that you could do. I'm not happy with myself. So if I'm not happy intrinsically, there's really nothing that you can do externally that would give me sustainable happiness. I mean, I might have some momentary pleasure, but there's no real sustainable happiness outside of that moment of maybe receiving the flowers or the romantic gesture. That only lasts for a few moments, and then I go right back to that state of not loving myself or not liking myself. But the relationships that we're in are very important, because we as women, we have a tendency to perceive ourselves the way that our man sees us. We are a reflection of how he sees us.
Right.
And a lot of times people, girl, you don't need to care about what he thinks about you. Forget about him. No, that's not going to work, because the Bible says the two becomes one, and sex makes you one. Whether you walk down the aisle and put rings on the finger or not, sex makes you one. And so you become an extension of that man. So if the man puts you down, if he thinks you're overweight, or he thinks you're stupid, or he thinks whatever about you, if he has any negative perception of you whatsoever, you will begin to see yourself through his eyes, and that can really impact your confidence. So if you like a confident woman, you need to know how to build her. You need to know how to validate her. You need to speak life into her so that she will see herself through your eyes as a beautiful woman, as a successful woman, as a woman that pleases you, that satisfies you. Those words of like, women need affirmation. We really need that verbal affirmation. And when you build that confidence in a woman, like that question said, or whatever the gentleman said, that was really good, she will learn how to make her life satisfying.
Right.
And I love that. I love that.
Right. The insecurities, it's like, don't let somebody, remove your joy and your happiness. Just because you are a bigger woman, or just because, you have some insecurities, don't let somebody eat at that. You have to be strong enough to not let anybody get to you, I think.
Yeah. And you found that through dance, you said, and it's really, really important to discover yourself. I was thinking about the comment that I made a little while ago where I said that I didn't have any really relatability to being outside of a relationship until recently. I mean, I've been divorced for some years now, so, I've gained that over the last several years. But I didn't know who I was. I hadn't discovered myself. I really didn't understand what my purpose was. My whole role was always trying to please somebody, to be somebody's daughter, sister, student, to please was my mother. Then I got married. It was about my husband. It's about my kids. You know, it's always about what I am to somebody else as opposed to who I am to me. And when I discover who I am to myself, then all of a sudden I'm satisfied because I only have to be approved by myself and God, you know.
Right.
And you have to have a really strong relationship with God because He will speak life into you. He will speak destiny into you. He will speak purpose into you. As a matter of fact, the Bible says that He makes everything beautiful in His time. And I love that scripture so much. No matter what you look like on the outside, He makes everything beautiful in His time. And He never lies. So if He says He's going to do that, that's exactly what He's going to do. Your beautiful time will come. But that beauty comes in discovering who you are in Him. And once you know you're beautiful and you feel like you're beautiful, that beauty is going to exude from the inside of you. And that's what's going to give you that swagger, that sway.
Yeah.
Then you're going to walk like Esther, you know, you're going to walk like Queen Esther and, you know, gain that attention. And everybody in the room is going to turn around when you enter Him. And that's because a presence has entered in, the presence of royalty, a queen. You really need to know that you are a queen.
Yeah. And I believe confidence is silent. You know.
What do you mean by that?
You don't have. A lot of people, you know, are loud and boastful, you know, and try to be, you know, in the center, and they think that is, you know, exuding confidence. You know, I think confidence is silent. When you walk into a room, you don't say anything. You know, heads will turn. That's true.
James Walker said, he said all women are beautiful. Thank you, James.
Thank you, James. That's so
Few
nice
points.
of you.
All the ladies say thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Yes, and I do think women are beautiful. We have some very beautiful creatures in all shapes and sizes, different hair colors and body types and skin tones. Women are very, very beautiful. But knowing that confidence, knowing who you are, and I know doing the show over the last, I think it's been about 1.5 years now since I've been doing the show. You said you found your confidence dancing. One of the things where that has really helped me discover my confidence was doing this show, being here every week and just really discovering who I am. Like I found myself in this. So for me, it's not connected to body movements, but because I just sit here. I do move my hands a lot. When I look back at my videos, I'm like, man, I am always moving my hands, you know. But for me, it was not in body movements. It's just in the discovery of the greatness of what God has put on the inside of me, and to know that I have something of value to share with people. And just listening back to that and saying, wow, girl, you know, you helped a lot of people today. You know, that point that you made, that was powerful. And just being here every week, being a blessing. I think nothing makes you more confident. Wow, I just got a revelation. Nothing makes you more confident than love.
Right.
Loving people will give you more confidence than anything else you could do. It will give you more confidence than in education, than any external treatment, than any friendship or relationship, than any job or career. When you love people, love makes you valuable. I mean, when you really love people, expecting nothing in return, that unconditional love, when you just pour out to people, love makes you valuable. And when you know you're valuable, that is what gives you confidence. It's the confidence in knowing that you have value on the earth. And nothing establishes value outside of loving others.
I want to speak on that because I had a girl contact me back in, I think it was either November or December, one of my dance parties, and she emailed me, and she lived probably maybe 45 to 50 minutes away. And she was like, I really want to come to your dance class, but, you know, I'm, you know, in a funk. You know, she said she was overweight, and she said that, you know, she wasn't feeling, you know, too confident about herself. And again, I was like, okay, those are all of the reasons that you should come to my class.
Right.
Okay, so she ended up coming, and she brought her cousin with her. And I wanted, she sent me a testimony via email, and I want to read that testimony because I do feel like I add value in people's lives, and you know I love helping others. So it made me feel really good getting this email. So I'm gonna share with you what she said. She says, "Hey Noelle, I have to commend you personally about your class I took December 3rd. You were right; it boosted a little woman inside. My cousin said we definitely coming back. I have since had surgery and have not yet to perform the dance, shaking my head. But I am truly hoping that you have one for February. Thanks again. I even reposted you in my fit group, so look out for us, honey. LMAO." So that makes me feel good when I have helped somebody, you know. So like it said in the email, she's, you know, she sparked something, you know, inside of her that she lost. You know, I don't know how she lost it, but, you know, I don't know if it was a man that, you know, talked down to her or whatever, or she's gained weight or, you know, whatever the case may be, but coming to my class helped boosted her self-confidence again.
Wow.
So
it wasn't just you dancing for yourself that helped you become more confident, but it was what you did to others through dance.
correct.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm feeling right now as I'm talking about this. And that's why I love having these naked discussions, because you just strip away until you start to get down to the core, like, wait, what are we really talking about here? And what I'm really hearing is that, you know, when you discover your purpose, you know, that your purpose is to help people. That's why we're on
That's
Earth.
what, exactly.
We're on this earth
Exactly.
to help people, to love people with whatever God has given us, whatever gift or talent He has given you. You have to use it to serve people. You need to use it to improve somebody else's life.
Right.
If you're a comedian, make people laugh.
Right.
You know, if you're a servant, serve. If you're a driver, drive. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, you're adding benefit and value to somebody's life, and that's what really gives you confidence. And then being excellent at what you do.
Right.
You know, I mean, I had a natural gift for speaking, but I've had to hone that gift over the years. I had to really learn how to be a good writer. So you need to be good at what you do. I'm sure you've had training and went through things to make sure that you were a better dancer, right?
Oh, yeah, I tell too many people this, but I'm a dancer, and this is help. I told you that I didn't have much confidence in person, and I was the other 18. Okay, that's where it all started, and you know, being in that lifestyle, it does, you know, bring something out of you. And,
Oh, you mean a dancer?
Yes.
A stripper dancer.
Yes.
Oh.
No socks. I'm coming out.
Okay.
So that did spark something in me.
She was a hashtag no socks, no bra, no anything. Hashtag everything off. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I kept it clean though. But that did something. That was a period in my life where, you know, I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people say about me. And that just helped boosted my self-confidence. I mean, of course, it's a building process. So, I mean, you do go through life, you know, with, like I said, if you have insecurities, it doesn't bring confidence down, and you just have to keep it up. And dancing has done it for me, and helping others, you know, has done it for me. So it started at the age of 18. That's where I started building my confidence.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm thinking, I have to think now, because I used to be a dancer as well. And it did not have the same effect on me.
You used to be dancer? What?
Yeah, stripper.
Dancer? You used to be stripper?
In case anybody's not catching what we're saying, we used to be strippers. We were real hashtag no socks dancers.
What? I learned something about you tonight. Okay, so
I know my boo is listening. He's probably cringing right now. I'm sorry, baby. Sorry about that, but it didn't have the same effect on me. Now, I did feel a lot more comfortable with my body. It did make me a lot more comfortable in my skin, but it didn't make me more comfortable intrinsically. I didn't feel comfortable with, I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable sharing that intimate part of myself with so many people. I didn't like the effect that it was having on me. I noticed that I was a lot more promiscuous, a lot more loose, and that was just not the life that I wanted to live. But it did make me more comfortable with my body, for sure. I mean, I had no problem walking around like half naked after that with booty shorts and midriff. I thought I was well covered. You know, I mean, when you're naked in front of people, when you put on booty shorts and a halter top, it's like, I got clothes on. You know what I mean? So it kind of messes with your boundaries of, you know, what is being covered. So you know, it's interesting that you have that different perspective, you know, that it impacted you differently. So.
I blocked everything out. You know, when I got on stage, there was Carmen. I blocked everything out. I didn't care, you know, and still to this day, I think that's how I am. You know, that's the reason I am, you know, how I am because of that. I mean, of course, I wouldn't go back and
You wouldn't do it again.
I wouldn't do it again, but, you know, it's a learning experience and, you know.
I don't know, but it wasn't the on the stage that was the problem. Yeah, I blocked it all out when I was on the stage too. I was getting money. I mean, that's the only reason I was doing
Make
it.
it rain, baby.
It was about the money. It was after I came off of the stage that I had to confront myself about what I did to have that money, and it just bothered me. I didn't feel that it was a way. You know, I guess I just felt like God had something better for me, that he had put something greater in me,
Right.
and that I didn't need to physically exploit myself to prosper.
Right.
Now, I couldn't have articulated it like that back at that time because I wasn't in the Lord at that time, but even not being in him, there was some conviction in my heart saying, you don't have to do this to prosper. There is something else. So, you know, maybe it's just a little different for me because I was doing it just for the money. So
I mean, of course, we all did it for the money, but I took what I learned, and now I teach women how to, you know, how to dance. If they want to use that dance to perform for their man, you know, I think I took it and learned, and here I am now with Body Talk Fit. So.
Yeah, you took it and made something good out of it,
yeah.
which is really a blessing.
Right. And dancing is my passion, even though, you know, we're not taking our clothes off now, and that's good, you know, but in the studio, I'm teaching them, okay, this is how you do it for when you do go home, so you can take your clothes off.
Right. And I do like that part of it, you know. We were talking about that earlier. See, this conversation has gotten interesting now. Thank you for that hashtag no socks moment, because I know
you are welcome.
I was searching for something. I'm like, this interview needs something. That was it. But we were talking earlier about how you talked about how you teach women how to dance for their husbands, and I was talking about, you know, one of my issues as Doctor of Intimacy, or one of my passions, my concerns about the church world is that when we're not in church, when we're not in the Lord, we have so much fun in the world. You know, sin is pleasurable. We have a lot of fun doing the things that we do. We have a lot of fun having sex, and then people get married and everything gets really boring. And you know, our bodies change. Just because we get born again and we get married, it doesn't mean that our body doesn't desire the same things. I mean, we're still designed the same way. Right. Your body is designed the way that is designed in the church, out of the church, in the Lord, out of the Lord. And why is it that we get married, we get into church, and everything gets really boring? So I love when you were talking about how you teach the women how to do some things for their husbands. And I know some husbands are like clapping right now, so you need to call in and tell Noel, thank you. How can I send my wife to that class?
Yes, call in. You know, it's all about spicing things up. You know, don't keep it the same. In my class, we start out and I say, hey, it's teasing and pleasing. So I'm gonna teach you how to tease. You're gonna go home and please. You know, so you teach them, you just spicing it up with something different, and you know, and that's through dance. You know, like that, I love dance, so I'm teaching other women how to spice things up with dance.
Right. So do you have any testimonials about how that has improved people's relationships? I mean, has anybody ever come back to you and said, hey, you know,
I'm gonna share a story with you.
Okay.
And I was debating on
We wanna hear
whether
it.
I was gonna share this story with you. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I was over a friend's house, and him and his wife was there, and they asked me what I did for a living, and I told them I teach dance, and of course everybody, what type of dance you teach, and sometimes it depends on what type of vibe I get from you to tell you what kind of dance I teach.
Mhm.
So I was like, striptease. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, can you teach my wife? And I said, yeah. And I was like, yeah. He was like, right now. Honey, he whipped $50 out of his pocket. I'm not lying. He whipped $50 out, and he said, will you teach my wife how to move? I took that $50, took her upstairs, and taught her 15 minutes on how to move. And he called me, and he booked another appointment with me for a whole hour. So, yeah, that helped.
Okay.
Dang.
I am not, yes. So
Oh, wow.
so, this is no sock. So it was like, show her how to, move it. And I was like, okay, this is how you move it. Trying to show her how. And she didn't feel comfortable. She was real shy girl. And, I helped her a little bit. It was only 15 minutes. But, she came back to class for an hour, and she said that helped her relationship. So
Yeah.
I felt good.
Hey, that is very, very important. Okay, men are very visual. They are very, very visual. They're very sexual, and if that part of the marriage begins to suffer, it can really put a strain on that. It can. And if a man is not being satisfied sexually in the bedroom, then he may begin to withdraw because it builds up tension and frustration, and he may begin to withdraw and not give the woman what she needs in terms of, the verbal affirmation and the affection that she's desiring. Men associate affection and sexuality. They almost go hand in hand with men. It can be difficult for them to separate it. So, although a man doesn't mind hugging and kissing, in his mind, and men, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but in a man's mind, hugging and kissing means that it's eventually going to lead to penetration.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So then if a man is not pleased sexually in the relationship, okay, then he's going to be a lot more withdrawn when it comes to other types of physical affection, when it comes to hugging and kissing. If he knows that can't lead to satisfactory penetration, then he's not going to want to hug and kiss and snuggle. Mm-hmm. And I think, women don't understand that. It's cool to just sit on the couch and snuggle and lay up. That's fine. But at the end of the day, the man wants that to lead to some satisfactory penetration.
Right.
He just does.
Do something a little different for him.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? So true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got so true on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want more affection from your man, then you need to find out if your husband is really satisfied in the bedroom. Don't be afraid to talk about that. Don't be afraid to learn what it is that would please him and satisfy him. Don't be afraid to take Noel's class.
Yes.
Learn how to move around. Okay, and some of those positions that you want to do, you need to be in shape for it, because it takes some lower body strength to maintain some of those positions long enough to make sure he is well pleased. Not
a
just
little hip movement,
look,
and
not just
gyration of the pelvis.
not just satisfied, but well satisfied.
Well satisfied.
Finished and sleepy. Do you understand where I'm going? I'm trying to be real nice right now.
Put him to sleep.
Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep so you can go work on a book or something.
Okay, so from my people that are on here, totally agree, Jonathan says. What's the number that they can call in if they have a question?
214-431. 214-431-5062.
Okay, somebody call in. We want the men to call in. Ladies, you can call in too.
Yes, yeah. Call in and let us know, what you're thinking about, how this ties into being confident, though. Being confident, being sexy, they do kind of work together. It's really, really hard to have, sex appeal is understanding your femininity as a woman. It is embracing it. It's understanding yourself as a woman, understanding your body, being comfortable with your body, whatever your shape is, whatever your size is. You know, if you're an older woman, if you breastfed, you know, your breasts may not look the same anymore. It doesn't matter. They still work.
Right.
You know what I mean? That left butt cheek may be sagging a little bit, but it's still fun to slap, you know, and you let them touch it, you know.
Girl, I did a bridal party. Hold on. I did a bridal party a few months ago, and it was older women at the bridal party, and I put on knee pads, and one lady said, "Oh shoot, she putting on knee pads. What's she about to have us doing?" I said, "Girl, we about to slide on the floor." She only stayed for 30 minutes and left. I scared her.
You
Poor
scared her?
thing. Poor thing. Everybody else stayed.
That is terrible. That is so funny.
Girl, I'm trying to help you spice things up.
Yeah, that is so funny. But you know what? We need to have these conversations. It's important. I mean, why are we so shy and inhibited? Once you get married, this is the person that you're one with. This is the person that you are going to be spending the rest of your life with. You should be more comfortable with your husband than you've ever been with anybody in your life. You should be completely free, you know. Maybe it'd be fun for couples to take the class together too. Have you ever done that?
I've done a few couple classes that were open to the public. I have done a few private lessons with couples, but I haven't really branched out and advertised couples classes.
Okay.
So I do teach private classes, and of course, you know, you're welcome to book a private class, you know, a couple. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, just doing those fun things. Let's go to a commercial break. But you guys call in and let us know, you know, your thoughts on this. Is a confident woman a sexy woman to you? Is she more physically appealing? Is she more attractive? How do you build that self-confidence? How do you get to that place? And what kind of things tear your confidence down? Because confidence can be destroyed. You talked about that earlier, how you have to rebuild it sometimes. You have to keep going back in and building it back up. It can be difficult. So we're going to continue to have this very naked discussion, this hashtag no socks discussion we've been having on inspired intimacy, the sexy and confident female, with my special guest, Noelle Jones. She is a private dance instructor. We've got J Revival in the studio, and of course yours truly, Dr. Intimacy, right here on FBRN.US in the Blue Stream. We'll be right back to continue this conversation on the sexy and confident female after this song break.
I don't hear them. You like this song?
I love the song.
Come on, Facebook Live, you got some questions for me?
Man, this show right here. This is good.
Oh, I learned something about you.
That's in my books.
Oh, I wasn't in
I told you, Howard Stern.
it. Yeah.
I'm not having a sermon in here. Hey, Facebook Live.
Yeah. I need something. Need water. My stomach is.
Well, a little song break. Don't go away.
I've been on a testimony.
My coworkers would love this. Oh my goodness. But they're looking very. water bottle, or you want me to reserve it?
No, it's not. All right, we're coming back on now, Facebook Live.
3, 2.
All right, everybody, what's going on? This is Dr. Intimacy. Thank you for staying tuned in during that short break to Inspired Intimacy Talk Radio. Naked discussions about love, life, and intimacy. Hashtag no socks. Tonight, we're talking about the sexy and confident female with my guest, Noelle Daniels. She's over there looking extremely beautiful. But we've been having a really great conversation tonight about women, confident, and sex appeal, whether or not men find confident women more attractive. What is confidence, you know? And we've been talking about just a lot of good things about how confidence can improve your sex life and your marriage. For me, sex life is always equated to marriage because, you know, I'm coming from that biblical principle, but wherever people are at with that, that's between them and God. But I do have to throw that disclaimer out there because I am a preacher and a born-again believer, so I always want to lead people in the right direction. So hopefully you are just doing things the right way before the Lord so He can bless your relationship, because it's really hard in 2017, I'm telling you. I mean, relationships are hard enough. If you don't have Him in the center of it, it's even more difficult. So but you know, it's really, really important to enjoy that marriage bed, to enjoy sexuality in a relationship. Is one of the most important things that God gave us. But part of that, and just enjoying being a woman, period, is that confidence. It's knowing who you are, being comfortable with who you are. And I want to talk more about confidence in and of itself, being a confident woman, building that confidence in yourself. Like Chelsea McNair said earlier, she said, I'm a big, beautiful woman, and I know it. And she said she's fun, she's positive, and a lot of men give her a lot of attention because she's a fun and positive person. And what role does being a positive person play in attractiveness and confidence, Noelle? What do you think?
Well, you have to, I mean, if you're a mother, you have to be a positive influence on your kids. You have to be a positive influence, you know, as a role model. As far as myself, I have to be a positive influence on you know, women, and because that's what I bring to my class is women, and how to embrace, you know, sexy and exude confidence. So, I mean, a positive role model in all aspects of what you do is important.
Mm-hmm. And just having a positive outlook, a positive attitude.
Right.
Yeah. And that's really going to build confidence too, you know, just talking about what it takes to be a confident person. You talked about not being confident at a point in your life. There was a point in my life where I wasn't confident as well. And so, you know, being a positive person is going to help build confidence, because if you're a negative person, then that's just your nature. You know, one of my favorite sayings is, how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you're a negative person, you're going to be negative about everything, including yourself. Your self-image is going to be negative.
Right.
So how are you going to be a confident person, confident about yourself, when you're just a negative person?
Right.
So you can't be a pessimistic person. You can't be a down person and be a confident person. You have to be positive about other people if you're going to be positive about yourself.
Correct. You know, and we were talking about, you know, losing confidence. I remember I've always been a size 6, you know, little bitty girl, little bitty thing. I'm almost 5'8". So, you know, size 6 at 145, I think that's tiny. You know, society, you know, that's about average. But, you know, who cares what society says? but I mean, a few years ago, I got older, you know, I gained 20 pounds, you know, and I'm like, you know, starting to look in the mirror, and I'm like, ooh, do I like this? Because I'm so used to being, you know, small, and it's like a part of me, you know, my self-confidence, you know, dropped a little, but, you know, I had to build that back up myself and say, hey, you know what, self-image, no, baby, you still look good, you know, and love yourself for who you are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kept the weight on, and I love it, you know. My baby love it, and every time I look in the mirror. You know, I love it.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, it's a roller coaster. Like I said, some people will, you know, deal with, you know, self-image and you know, you just have to build yourself up, and it's something within you that you have to work on.
Yes, and I really truly believe that if you love the inside of yourself, that you'll really like the outside of yourself.
Yeah.
I think if you like yourself as a person, you can accept yourself however you look. I was very skinny growing up. I was actually tiny. I didn't like the way I looked. I was way too small. I didn't have any kind of shapeliness, and that was always an issue with me. I always wanted to gain weight. So, you know, I kind of had the opposite issue there, and you know, if my weight fluctuates and it goes down too low, I don't like the way I look if I start to get too skinny. But, you know, I find now that I'm just fine if I lose weight, if I gain weight, you know, I'm just fine with me because I just love who I am as a person, that I go about doing good. You know, I live my life to do good to people, to be good to them, to make them feel good, to do acts of kindness, to make somebody else smile, to make somebody else's life better. Even through my radio show, I love having people on my show who have never been on the radio before, because it makes them feel good. It's like, wow, I'm gonna be on the radio, you know? And I have the opportunity to give somebody that voice. So I always feel absolutely gorgeous when I look in the mirror, and it's not because of anything that I have on or any weight or any hairstyle. I mean, and this is a true story too. I am not kidding you. When I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so pretty. You know, it's like I feel beautiful when I wake up. I feel the beauty before I get out of bed. When my eyes pop open, I feel beautiful in the inside. So that's all I can see when I look at the mirror. And that wasn't true before. Before, I just thought I was really ugly, and a lot of people said that I was pretty and I couldn't see it. I was like, I am so ugly. And so I was always doing something with my hair, or trying to change my clothes, or wear a different type of makeup. But the truth of the matter is, I didn't feel good about myself on the inside. So no matter what I had, no matter what I had going on the outside, I just looked ugly to myself. And now it's the opposite. No matter what's going on the outside, I just feel really pretty to myself. I'm like, you go, girl, with your wild hair this morning. You know, so.
And we should all feel like that. You know, we should all look in the mirror and say, dang, girl, you're pretty and confident. I mean, and sexy, you know. But so many of us don't feel that way. I mean, and what do we have to do to help ourselves to feel that way, to feel more confident and ourselves? You know, is it our insecurities that we are dealing with that's not allowing us to feel confident? You know, is it somebody that's talking, you know, down on us? Is it the next woman that you're trying to compete with? You know,
right?
Like right. I mean, society says, okay, if you 2 pounds, you know, out of your BMI, you're overweight. You know, so it's like I posted on my Facebook the injections or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, there was a competition to win $10,000 for a butt lift.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? What is this? You know what? I don't understand that. I don't understand why we women do things that to ourselves like that.
And now, you know, I saw something so funny. Women are wearing the butt inserts. Have you seen those?
Girl, yes.
Yes, I saw this video on Facebook where this girl, she had the butt inserts in, right? And she was at a club. She probably had drank a little too much. Well, the butt inserts had come out. They had come out of her jeans, and she was dancing, and she didn't realize that they were out. So every time she was gyrating, the flaps were on the outside of her pants. They were flapping up and down.
I saw that one too.
You saw that? Oh
and the one with the girl, her girlfriend was next to her, and I think she had a dress on something, and it was lopsided.
Yeah.
Like, but you can hear she really dancing and getting into it.
Getting
and
down.
I'm like, okay, your girlfriend should have told you, okay, your butt is not matching up.
But you know, it's like, why are we going through all of this trying to look differently, not being able to accept ourselves the way we are? When I think about $10,000 for a butt job, which, I mean, you have the right to do whatever you
Right.
want to with yourself. I don't have an issue with that. But a lot of people that spend money on things like that don't own anything. They don't have any type of investments. They own no property. They may not even be properly educated. They have school loans, debts. Their credit is bad. And this is what you're focused on.
Mhm.
That you're gonna take $10,000 and instead of leaving a legacy for your kids,
Right.
you're gonna get butt injections or get something altered on your body that is not even going to last. I know somebody personally that had a breast job, and it looked really, really nice after it was done. But after a year and a half, it already started to droop again. And after, I think, it was busted, it's another $5,000 to go back and get it fixed again now. And it's like, wow. And this individual is actually in debt right now and constantly complaining about debts that they're in. And they don't have enough money for this or that. And I'm like, well, you could have taken that $10,000 that you spent on fake breast, and you could have actually paid your debts off, or you could have invested in a business. I mean, IJS, I'm just saying.
No, I don't have a problem with all of that. I mean, you do what you do. If that's what you want, then do it. And if it's to benefit you and not benefit someone else, like you're doing it for someone else, then go for it. But it's when we start saying, "Ooh, girl, look at this picture. Look at her butt. I want to get a butt like that."
Right.
Or "Ooh, she got a tiny waist. Ooh, girl, I'm gonna go get a job so I can look like that." I mean, what are you doing it for? Are you trying to do it to compete with somebody else, or I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know. We see so many images now of what a satisfactory or acceptable woman is, that we're bombarded with that, and we may, from the time we were little girls, when we get Barbies, Barbie is shaped a certain way. She has a teeny tiny little waist, long legs, a skinny nose, long hair, and this is the image that has been thrown at us, and we were very young. This is what a pretty woman is.
Right.
This is what a beautiful woman is. I think to build you have to decide what you have. Somebody 2 weeks ago, she was to run. She was tall. She had looked like some kind of Timberland boots on and some tight jeans. She was like a mix of some really pretty feminine women's clothes and a little bit of a man style with boots. She had some really short, bright red hair. And she was just rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
She was just rocking it. I really admired it. Now, I would never want to do that to myself. But I really admired her style. She had some kind of crazy style about her. And she was rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you have to find your own pretty.
You do. And what works for you? I change my hair color each, probably every month. My hair is a different color.
Really?
Yes.
Your hair is so pretty too.
My hair
I love
thank
your
you.
hair.
My hair is a different color, and I'm not trying to, compete with anybody or be like anybody. It's just how it makes me feel, and I get bored easily too. So I want a different look.
So you do that for you?
Yeah, I do it for me. I do it for me. I've gone blonde. I've had black. I've had purple. It's just something that I do for me to make me feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what you like. That makes you
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
I really like having long hair. Long hair makes me feel really pretty and really feminine. So I worked really hard to grow my hair.
And it is pretty.
Thank you. But you got to find your own pretty. I've had my hair very short. It looks really nice short. But the long hair, it just makes me feel like extra feminine. That's what makes me feel like a really pretty lady when my hair is long. And Noelle, she has a really cute hair. If you can't see her, if you're listening, it's long on one side, short in the back. It's like platinum on one side, red on the other. It's just adorable, though. It's so attractive. Very, very attractive. That's her pretty. You find your own pretty, but you have to find your own pretty. You have to find the size that's right for you. A lot of people are trying to lose weight. They've been overweight or a bigger size. I shouldn't even say overweight. They've been a bigger size person their entire lives. They finally lose weight, and they don't look physically appealing. You know, come to find out, they just weren't the type of person that was designed to be that small, and it doesn't look that good on them. They look old, and have you ever seen that? Somebody just lose a lot of weight, and it's like, ugh.
It's like toned up. But you know what? My thing is, while you're in the process of becoming the woman that you want to be, still love yourself for who you are.
Right,
You know?
right, okay.
Because you are not going to change. Your physical appearance is going to change.
Right,
But you
right.
are not going to change. You know? So still love yourself in the process of whatever goal that, you know, you're trying to attain.
Yeah, I agree with that. Love the journey.
Yeah, love the journey.
Love the journey.
Love
Love yourself in every stage of the process, every stage of your metamorphosis. You need to love it as you go along. I really, really like that. That's very important. Wherever you're at, you know, like yourself where you're at today.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Really good point. So we talked about, you know, what does it take to have the self-confidence? We're talking about loving God. You know, that's first and foremost because we were made in His likeness and in His image. So if you don't know Him, you're not going to know yourself. There's no way you can know yourself without knowing Him.
Right.
And so you really have to have an intimate relationship with God and really, really get into reading your Bible, praying, studying, going to church, anything that's going to help you understand Him more. And, you know, people need to stop worrying about other people in church. It kills me how people are like, well, I don't go to church because there's hypocrites in the church. Well, there's hypocrites in the world. There's hypocrites on your job. There's hypocrites at the club. There's hypocrites at the bar. There's hypocrites at the house. When you brush your teeth in the morning, you're looking at a hypocrite. So what is your problem? You know
Stop
what I
worrying
mean?
about so many other people and worry about yourself.
Right.
Get yourself right.
Right. Just go and get what you need from the church for you. Just don't worry about everybody else. Get what you need for your relationship with God, okay? Because you know it's not working out at home. You're not growing, you're not learning anything. You're not any better than you were last year. So, you know, whatever you're doing is not working. So, but you know, you have to have a foundational relationship with God. Your self-image has to be built on the foundation of who you are in Him, who you are to Him, and who He is to you. But it's not enough. I've been walking with the Lord for 20 years now. I've been preaching for 20 years, full time. That's not enough because I didn't have confidence for many, many years during that time. I used to preach all over the U.S. I would travel and preach, and that just wasn't enough. I mean, I felt a total lack of confidence even standing in the pulpit. Now, I was always confident to speak for Him on His behalf because I knew it was Him speaking through me. But just as a person standing up there, and when the anointing lifted and the service was over, I mean, I would just feel so insecure about myself and what people were thinking about me and if they were going to accept me and, you know, if the bishops were going to let me sit at the bishop table. I mean, having God in your life is not enough. We are spirit, soul, and body. That is not enough in and of itself to give you confidence. You have to work on yourself as a human being. You're on the earth for a reason. He gave you a body. He decided He wanted you to have a body, a brain, a soul. So if He just wanted you to be just like Him, floating around like a spirit and not worry about your physical self, then you wouldn't have a body, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Then we would just be like angels. We wouldn't need a body.
Right. So what helped you boost your self-confidence then?
Well, you know, and that's one of the reasons that I have this show the way that I have it, the reason that the platform is the way that it is, that I don't talk about a lot of scriptures and pray and get into all of that stuff. Because we do all of that in church, and people are messed up. They are jacked up. They are insecure, jealous. They're unhappy, and that's not enough. And I really had to discover the beauty of myself on the earth. God put me on the earth for a reason. He gave me a body for a reason. You know, He gave me gifts and talents for a reason. They have none of this stuff that I have on the earth I'm going to use in heaven. There's no marriage in heaven. There's no radio stations in heaven. I won't write or draw in heaven, you know. I'm not going to need any of this stuff. Whatever He gave me on the earth, it's for the earth. This is where I have to use it. This is where I have to discover the greatness of who I am as a human being. And so that's what really, really began to help me build my self-confidence was, like I said, loving people I was a mean person. I was really mean. I mean, I was a street girl. I sold drugs. I was in gangs and stuff. So I was a you know, that B word, you know. I was not a nice person. And again, being born again and coming into the church and knowing the Lord, it doesn't fix all of those things. Not by default. Yeah. It can, but not if you don't work on it. Not if you're not aware that it's an issue. You don't just get born again and start preaching and think that everything's going to be okay. And a lot of people think that. But if you are a mean person, you're not going to like yourself. People are not going to like you. You're going to experience rejection. If you are obnoxious and rude and offensive, and you don't realize it, you're going to experience a lot of rejection, and you're not going to know why. And so that's going to tear your self-confidence down, and you're going to feel really insecure, and you're going to second guess and question yourself. Right. Try being nice. Try being friendly, because the anointing is not going to get you friends. It may get people delivered when you preach, but when you come down to that pulpit, ain't nobody going to want to hang out with you.
Yeah. Try giving compliments.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Just being touchable and reachable and relatable.
Right.
And so I had to learn those things because I was so afraid of what I had been when I was outside of the church, when I was outside of Christ. What I had been, I was so promiscuous, I was so wild, I was, just clubbing and drinking and smoking and sexing all the time. So I just thought that I needed to completely remove myself, go from one extreme all the way to the other. Like, I'm not going to be involved in that at all. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to talk to anybody. And, I mean, what is the point of being in the world here on the earth if you're not interacting with it, if you're not a part of it, if you're not making life better?
And if you're not helping others.
If you're not helping others. And I can't help them at home in my prayer closet all the time. Right. You know what I mean? I'm not touching anybody's life if I'm holed up in my prayer closet all day and all night. And I mean, I literally used to live like that. So I hope I'm helping somebody right now in the church listening to me, because that is how I used to live my life. I mean, I literally used to just fast and pray all day. And I mean, it was powerful. I mean, I could look at somebody and speak a demon out of them in a second. Oh, wow. It was powerful, but I wasn't useful. I wasn't useful to my children, to my family. My family didn't like me. My sisters didn't like me. My mama didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's not fruitful. That's not fruitful. It's not being a good witness. Percy, I told you, we talked earlier about meeting at the tavern at a bar. That's right. The prophetess was in a bar, y'all. That's where I met. That is where I met.
Drinking juice.
Not gin and juice. Not gin
just
and
juice.
But there was a time that I would never go anywhere like that. And you think that that's good, but I have the confidence now where I can go somewhere like that, and I'm not really concerned about what anybody thinks about it. And people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't be somewhere like that because somebody might see you and they might think something." And I mean, I know what I was doing there. So whatever you think about it is what you think about it. It's not changing the actuality of what actually happened inside of those walls. I met some great people, and I was able to touch some people's lives that night. Yeah. That works for me. If you can't handle it, oh well.
People are gonna think what they want to think anyway.
Right. Well, we getting some thumbs up over here now.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that's what real confidence will do for you. When you're really confident, when you really love God and you know He loves you, when you're being good to people. Because Jesus said, "This is my command, love one another." In this way people are going to know you're my disciples. When we love each other and when I know that I'm loving people, I don't have anything to worry about outside of that. So it makes me move with a lot of confidence in everything that I do. So wherever I go, wherever I say, some people don't approve of me doing this show. They don't think that the format or the platform is right because I'm a preacher. Well, don't listen to it.
Oh, wow.
Don't listen to it then. I mean, that's really all I can offer you. Don't listen to it. It's my show.
Your show.
It's what God gave to me. It's my assignment.
And you're blessing others.
I'm blessing others.
And you're blessing others.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The people are being helped. It may not be you. You might not be helped from this. Then don't listen. It's not for you.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. When you discover who you are and your purpose, and you know that you're helping people, and you know that God's pleased, that's where that confidence comes from. Then nobody can shake me now. They can't move me from this because I know I belong here. And it's like what you're doing, you know, like I'm going off on a tangent right now. So
But I want
let me pull back. Jump in there, Noel. Jump in, save
So I
the
wanted
people.
to read you another testimony on how I've helped another woman.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is from my website. She says, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. You will never realize how much you have helped me find me. I was sliding into a deep depression because of not only not feeling good about myself, but I didn't feel like I had a purpose anymore, just existing. I started attending your classes in Louisville, was having fun, but not really enjoying the classes. Then you happened to teach a class at the Louisville gym, and I had not been the same since. I honestly believe that God brought you to the Louisville gym that day because you have made such a difference in my life. You were not only made exercising fun, but I also enjoy my classes with you. Since attending your cardio classes, I walk different, I look different, I feel different, and I now have a confidence that I have not felt in decades. Best of my husband, that's the difference because you have helped me as well as the rest of the women in the class get our sexy back. My husband is turning off the TV and when I show him some of the dance moves we do in heels. LOL. Noel, thank you so much. You are not only an inspiration to me, but you are such a blessing. I hope you know that God is using you to bless all the women you meet. We love you.
Aww.
And that is why I do what I do.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't
I
it
love
good?
it. It is.
Yes,
Saving
yes.
marriages, bringing people's
She
self-esteem
said
back.
she's turning the TV off and turning her on. That's the favorite part.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's why I love what I do.
Mm-hmm. It's very important. I love what you do. That's why I had you on the show. I love what you do. Helping women love themselves, especially in this day and age where there's all of this, you know, gender confusion. Anything that is going to help a woman be a woman and enjoy being a woman. I love being a woman. I would not want to be a man. I mean,
I don't know how they do it.
I like all of my parts.
I like my heels. My back may be messed up, but I like my heels. My massage therapist is like, you need to get out of those heels and stop wearing them. I'm like, I can't. You know, I teach classes in heels too. What am I going to do? You know?
Yes, you have found your niche, you found your people.
Yes.
But I listen with you. You know, I met, I think, probably one of the most beautiful, confident women. And my daughter was shocked when I said this because I have never said this about anybody in life. But this weekend, I met a woman that was the most perfect, beautiful woman I've ever met in my life. She was just the perfection of womanhood. Her name is Jewel Tanker. She was gorgeous, physically beautiful. She's a powerful, successful businesswoman, loves her husband. She's a good wife, a good mom, a highly anointed preacher. I mean, she is like everything that I aspire to be. I was studying this woman, and she just exudes confidence, but she was so humble. I mean, just humble, beautiful, loving. And I mean, I have never met a woman where like everything, so I want to be that.
Fit in place.
Everything was in place, and she was so confident and beautiful and humble. And when I was looking at her preaching, you know, she was preaching in some shoes. They look very similar to what you have on. They were really high heel, strappy shoes with some jeans on and this nice flared out dress with braids. And she did not look like a traditional, you know, like what you would wear. You're quote unquote doing air quotes, what you're supposed to wear in a pulpit. But just one of the most anointed speakers I've ever heard in my life, ever.
And it's a matter for good.
And so
She wore what she wore because it made her feel good.
it looked good.
Yeah.
It looked good. It made the church look good. It made the message sound good. I think it made God look good. I felt like, you know, if I was Father God in heaven, I would have been proud at that moment, like looking down, like, look at my baby. Look at my baby. She's so pretty. Listen to her preaching. She is going. And she wasn't trying to look any certain type of way for anybody. She knew her purpose. She knew what her message was, and she delivered it with power in her own way, in her own style. And the reason that I'm saying that, the reason that I want to mention it, is because you need to find you're beautiful. You need to find what you look pretty in. Go to the store. You ask me again. You ask me. One of the things that I had to do is stop taking hand-me-down clothes. My mom, no, I mean, I'm serious. My mom is one of the most snazzy, classy dressers. Man, this woman can dress like nobody's business. But she would give me all of her clothes, and I'd look at her, and I wanted them because they looked so pretty on her, but they didn't look right on me. It wasn't right for me. And I had to, I thought because I don't have money, well, I can't buy stuff. I'm just going to take what she gives me, make it work. Go to the store, whether you have money or not. Spend a day at the store once a month. Just
invest in yourself.
Just trying stuff on, even if you can't buy it. Go to the store with one of your girlfriends, your daughter, whoever, your husband. Try stuff on.
Selfies.
Yeah, take some selfies. Take pictures with clothes on at the store that you like. Even if you can't buy them, find what looks good on your body, what accentuates your shape. Find the colors that work for you, the styles, the type of shoes, what you're comfortable in. You have to find your pretty, find your own style. Am I talking right, Noelle?
And then you have to sacrifice. If you can't afford it, then sacrifice, and then be able to go back and get it so you can feel that sexy.
Fist bump. You do. I mean, you have to get stuff for yourself, and go to places where you can afford it. If you can't afford Saks Fifth Avenue right now, or Nordstrom's,
I got these shoes on sale, girl, at Saks Fifth for $25.
Hey.
And I had the shirt in my closet to match.
Oh, thank you. You love the show. Thank you, Evie Morrow. We love you for this. But yeah, I mean, you should go to Ross's. Please, I remember going to Ross's one time with, I think I had $500. I got a whole new wardrobe from Ross's. You on me too.
You was cute too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you have to find your pretty. One of the things that you need to do, like stuff I used to do, and I know it sounds crazy now, but I always knew I wanted to be on radio and I want to be on TV. I'm getting ready for TV. I spent many years just watching myself talk. I never knew when it was going to happen, but I would listen to my voice. I would record myself. I would watch myself talk. I would watch myself walk. I have mirrors like all over my house. I look at how I look when I'm laying down.
Come to your house so I can watch myself.
Yeah.
I can practice myself dancing, and I can teach you a few dances too.
I want to learn. Girl, I want to get married. I'm going to do these dances for my husband. I promise you. My Dr. Intimacy's bedroom will not be boring. It will be hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy.
And very active. Yes. But, I look at, I want to know what I look like when I'm talking, so that if I'm doing something weird with my face that I think doesn't look attractive, then I can fix that. So I'm talking, I listen back to myself. I like that word. I'm going to say it this way the next time. I mean, you can craft yourself into the person that you want to be. You can really develop the person that you want to be. Get your hair the way you want it. Get your nails the way you want it. Fix what you can. It's not all about outer beauty, but work on yourself. Fix what you can. If you like yourself being a big girl, it's a big girl. But if you're not happy being a big girl, then lose weight. If you want more muscles, if you think your skin is wrinkled, get some anti-aging cream. I mean, stop complaining. Stop putting up with stuff that you don't like.
Exactly.
There are options. There are things that you can do. You can't be apathetic about creating the image that you want for yourself, but just make sure that you're doing it for you, not because you're trying to measure up to anybody else or compare yourself to anyone. Look the way that you want to look. Search until you find it. Find your voice, find your style, find your way, find your purpose. You need to discover the greatness that is you.
Right. It's funny how you say you record yourself and go back and look at it, because I do that as well.
Oh, yeah.
When I teach classes, or even when I'm at the studio rehearsing, I'll put my little recorder on, and then I'll dance, of course, and then I'll go back and see, okay, what can I do to make that, perfect that move, or what can I do to make that